Maxis, midis or minis. How to choose the right hemline for your body shape and the outfit. Here's 5 things to consider. First, your height. Ideally, short hemlines suit better on shorties, and as you go taller, the longer the hemlines, the more it suits you. But it doesn't mean that tall girls can't wear minis or short girls can't wear maxis. So the next 4 options can help you narrow it more. Next, waistline. Wearing a high waistline will always help in creating illusions of extra height, hence works very well if you're styling anything high-waisted for a petite body frame. Third, to experiment with hemlines, you can also try out asymmetrical hemlines or slits. However, the longer the gap between the front and the back, the shorter it makes you look. Fourth, body structure. Ending the hemline at the thinnest part of your body can make you look slim. Hence, people usually go for hemlines that end right before the knee, as the hips end, or at the ankle. And the last thing to consider, the top. If there's already a lot of coverage on the top, we can stick to shorter hemlines on the bottoms and vice versa. That's a lot of information, but find one last tip in the caption. Save this video for whenever you're buying a new skirt or dress. And now this was letter M from my A to Z styling series. Follow me for letter N. It's N from A to Z styling series, and N is for neckline guides for heavy upper body versus light upper body. Starting with a smaller chest. First, higher necklines can give the illusion of a fuller chest, hence boat or crew necklines suit small bust girls and are generally avoided by big bust ones. Second, this is exactly also why halter necklines look amazing in enlarging the upper body while also drawing attention towards the shoulder more. And last, for small bust, sweetheart necklines always add a push-up effect and accentuate the bust, but sometimes avoid padding here since it can create gaps and might look weird. Next, for heavy upper body. First, go for necklines that aren't too deep nor too up, basically something in between. Scoop necklines are perfect to create that right balance. Next, wrap necklines are also perfect and a big bust favorite to add chicness and divert attention on the right sides to the design. Lastly, third, cowl necklines are best suited to flatter big bust, and the beautiful draping takes away the attention from the bust. Read the caption to find a neckline that suits everyone and a disclaimer there. Comment if you want a part 2 and follow me to understand personal styling through my series. See you in letter O. Let me tell you why you should be giving high-waisted bottoms a chance to. It's letter O from my A to Z styling series, and O is for the rule of 1/3. Do not wear your top and bottoms like this. Stop cutting yourself in half and making the outfit look disproportionate. So basically, cut or divide your entire look in 3 parts. Tucking in your shirts, adding a belt if needed, and there you have the rule of 1/3 applied in the easiest way. This is also why formals always look neater when shirt is tucked and then no cutting in half, but there's a rule of 1/3 to 2/3 proportion applied. Here's a look of mine where I divided my outfits in 3 proportions: 1/3 top, 1/3 bottoms, and 1/3 the boots, creating a look flattering to the eye. Here's another look divided into 1/3 and 2/3 without tucking. Save this and try it for yourself and observe how most well-styled outfits will be using this rule too. Follow for letter P. If you're someone who wears solids and plain clothes all the time but wants to try out prints, here's a small guide for you. The letter P in my A to Z styling series stands for tips on how to start wearing prints. First tip, small prints over big prints. If you're wearing prints for the first time, let's not get too excited and overwhelm ourselves with such pieces. Try for dainty smaller floral prints, thin vertical stripes over such thick ones, or even pieces that have prints only on some section of the clothing piece, like this. Second tip, start with your favorite colored printed clothing pieces. If pink is your favorite color, you can start with this, or yellow with this. Your favorite color can make it more comfortable for you to wear prints. Third tip, choose your prints according to the vibe of the style or occasion. So if you're looking to go classy and formal, houndstooth or plaid is something you can try. If you're going for the cute picnicky vibe, florals and gingham obviously could be your pick. And lastly, if not through clothes, you can always add prints via accessories like scarf and bag to adapt to it. They're way less intimidating. Follow for letter Q, share this with someone who wears plain clothes, and save it.
Stay tuned for next drop from Q to T.